Today we're going to be looking at the last and final chapter in my 46 video playlist of The Handmaid's Tale. Today we do a summary and analysis of chapter 46 from The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. The recap today is simple. This is it. The end, the final, the finale, the last. Say Finn. The van comes and takes her away. The dark van with the eye and the wings on the side finally takes Offred from the house because she's failed in her role as a handmaid and been caught acting seditiously. The first quote we're going to look at in chapter 46 of The Handmaid's Tale and do some close reading and analysis of has our narrator Offred on the plateau, on the edge, the precipice of being taken away. This could be the last time I have to wait, but I don't know what I'm waiting for. What are you waiting for, they used to say. That meant hurry up. No answer was expected. For what are you waiting is a different question, and I have no answer for that one either. Yet it isn't waiting exactly. It's more like a form of suspension without suspense. At last, there is no time. I am in disgrace, which is the opposite of grace. I ought to feel worse, but I feel serene, at peace, pervaded with indifference. Don't let the bastards grind you down. There's a kind of mercy here finally, right? Atwood is telling us that the guilty sleep easy. She knows now. She's been caught. Serena Joy has called Offred out. She doesn't have to hide anymore because her secrets are revealed. Her crime has been laid bare. And in a certain sense, it brings her the peace and serenity that she's wanted all along. The second quote has Offred in her room one last time, reflecting on the handmaid that was there before her, the last Offred, who hung herself. And Offred is wondering why she didn't hang herself. It's almost like a moment of regret or nostalgia, and it again speaks to this idea of history and the palimpsest of history, and how each of our stories stack up and rewrite the words and the iterations of those past. Quote, behind me I feel her presence, my ancestress, my double, turning in midair under the chandelier, in her costume of stars and feathers, a bird stopped in flight, a woman made into an angel, waiting to be found by me this time. How could I have believed I was alone in here? There were always two of us. Get over it, she says. I'm tired of this melodrama. I'm tired of keeping silent. There's no one you can protect. Your life has no value to no one. I want it finished. So there's this beautiful final image of the ghost in the room, floating, ethereal, haunting Offred, as she has for the whole book. The third quote I'm going to read to you and look at today is the final paragraph and the end of The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. The van waits in the driveway. Its double doors stand open. The two of them, one on either side now, take me by the elbow to help me in. Whether this is my end or a new beginning, I have no way of knowing. I've given myself over into the hands of strangers because it can't be helped. And so I step up into the darkness within, or else the light. Woo! What a cliffhanger. So, Atwood is telling us she still doesn't know. Is Offred being saved by Mayday and the Underground and the rebellion through the help of Nick? Is she being taken to her fate, to hang at a salvaging, or be kicked to death? It's a scary ending than The Sopranos. Just leaves us there. But does she? There's actually a little follow-up here. There's a postscript to this book called Historical Notes, and it's written 100, 1,000 years down the line, whatever it is. And in those historical notes, Atwood essentially tells us everything that fed this story. All the little bits and pieces of history that Atwood mined and prized for her own nuggets, right? The truths that she slipped into her fiction here. And she does this to let us as readers know that these historical notes and references aren't made up. That all of the horror, the fear, the imposing crushing weight of totalitarian society in Gilead comes not from her mind, but from the annals of history. So I'll just read you one quick quote, and we'll do a little bit of analysis on that. Professor Piscietto scarcely needs any introduction, as he is well known to all of us, if not personally, then through his extensive publications. These include Sumptuary Laws Through the Ages, an analysis of documents, and the well-known study, Iran and Gilead, two late 20th century monotheocracies as seen through diaries. As you all know, he is the co-editor with Professor Notley Wade, also of Cambridge, of the manuscript under consideration today, and was instrumental in its transcription, annotation, and publication. The title of his talk is Problems of Authentication in reference to The Handmaid's Tale. Applause. So Atwood is stepping outside of herself, pulling the reader and us outside of her text. And in a way, this does give us hope, because it shows that these things come to an end, or at least in Atwood's minds they do, right? Governments fall, totalitarian regimes lose their power. The people rise up, the earth, the geography, time, eons past. History rewrites itself. The palimpsest has another chapter that's yet to be written, yet to be stated. And ultimately, nothing in the end can be trusted. Not writing, not diaries, not histories, and certainly not the stories we tell ourselves. For each time we tell them, they change anew. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you liked the whole series. If you haven't checked it out, I made 46, yes, count them, 6 videos on The Handmaid's Tale, doing lovely literary analysis. It was tons of fun. I hope you watched them all. Check them out. They'll be linked number 1 in the whole playlist, maybe down here at the end of the video. And this is my channel somewhere here. Sub to it for more book talk, literary analysis, and study and fun teacher tips. Take care.